Okay, so this is my final project on concussions and involving public health issue for bioinformatics. Okay, so what is a concussion? A concussion is a traumatically induced transient disturbance of brain functions and involves a complex pathophysiological process. And this is defined by the American Medical Society for Sports Medicine. The prevalence of concussions in America is about 30% of all injuries. Every day, about 138 people die from these injuries as well. More specifically, there is a twofold increase in reports over the past 10 years, which kind of piqued my interest in studying this topic. I began studying this topic over the summer at Cornell, and it's super interesting just how much concussions affect your everyday life, but just how little is known about them. So currently, there are different ways you can diagnose concussions. The first and most important that we'll discuss in this presentation is the impact assessment, which stands for immediate post-concussion assessment and cognitive testing. You can also use a CT scan or an MRI, which is also known as a magnetic resonance imaging tool. There are two types of MRIs that can be used. DTIs and resting states. Resting states are becoming a little bit more popular in research to test out. It's actually pretty cool if you get a chance to look it up. You can discover the change in white matter in the brain from baseline to post-concussion injury in patients. Okay, so as previously stated, we're going to dig a little deeper into impact testing. So impact testing was something that, most athletes, especially college athletes, have to do. It's also often administered by your physical trainer after enduring a concussion. Recently, it's becoming more popular for people to have a baseline before they start their sport or before they start their season. And then once they endure a concussion, to have an impact test online, which is administered by a laptop online right on the spot. And that way your physical therapist or your PT for the team can compare where you are now to where you were before you endured a concussion. So here's a few sample questions from an impact test. You have symbol matching, design memory, and color matching. All the verbal memory, visual memory, reaction times, etc. It also asks you for a general health history. So have you endured a concussion before? What's your sex, what's your age, what's your weight, the basics. My hypothesis for this study that I found on PubMed is if patients experience a concussion, their impact scores will decrease significantly compared to their baseline. My experimental design. Okay, so it took me a little bit longer than everybody else to find my data.